Iga! Big bad Iga! She does it again, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to take a look at how she did it here. She is on a 19 match win streak, ladies and gentlemen. She went to Madrid and won Madrid, Rome and won Rome. And now she keeps the championships rolling in as she wins yet another French Open title. This is her fourth French Open title. And listen, guys, we saw her win it in 2020 on the shortened season where COVID was running rampant through the world. She went there unseeded and she won that in 2020. 21 was an off season where she would lose to eventual champion Barbora Krejcikova. But she's won it in 22. She's won it in 23. And she's now won it in 24, guys. That makes 3 in a row here in France, and that's number 4. That's right. She also has a U.S. Open title to add to that. Now, overall, Iga Swiatek is just playing super duper tennis. She's playing superhuman tennis. She's got 22 championships, ladies and gentlemen. She just turned 23, but why not add the big 2-2 for titles? By the numbers, ladies and gentlemen, she currently holds 5 Master 1000 titles. She holds the French Open title. She's on a 19 match win streak, and she becomes the youngest player in the Open era to reach 5 Slam titles by the age of 23. She takes out Polini, and look, we want to say win or lose, we want to always congratulate the runner-ups. Congratulations to Jasmine having the best season of her career. And I say this time and time again, you never know when it all comes together. Fight, never let doubt, hate, or ignorance deter your goals or your dreams. Just stick with it and believe in yourself. And I think all of these ladies here are an amazing example of that, right? Continue to fight and go for your dreams. And Iga Swiatek, guys, there was literally, she had an injury in you know, the early part of her career, a foot injury, where she thought she would never play tennis again. She worked hard, and she's an amazing, I say it all the time, she's an amazing swimmer as well. She could have been a professional swimmer. I say it all the time, she could be a professional dancer. You know, if this were Dancing with the Stars, she'd probably win that too. But she worked hard to come back, and now, you know, we've seen her go from losing in the French Open as a junior to Kat McNally to just dominating. There's no person she can't beat now here in France at the French Open. So, I mean, the hit of names on this win streak: Coco a couple times, Sabalenka a couple times, Maddie Patty a couple times, Beatrice Haddad, Sarah Turmo, Kerber, Putintseva, Pera, Buskova, Povagan, Wild, Marquetta, Osaka, all the slam champions she's beat. I mean, golf, Marquetta, Osaka, she's beat Kerber. You know, Keys is a runner-up. Sabalenka's a multiple slam champion. So she's beat some really tough competition. Now, can she win Wimbledon is the question. Now we have to get ready for grass season. Grass season is one of my favorite seasons because remember, there's no Masters event for the grass season. So we talked about in the past, can they make that happen? It would be tough because they would literally have to move the year back. They'd have to move the year back at least 3 weeks because the master grass event would take probably 2 weeks to complete. Right now with the new format, they would need 2 weeks, and then factoring the other tournaments that would coincide with it, you know, like the 500 preceding it, you would need at least to push the season back 3 weeks. So now we're talking about possibly ending the season in December, where you have to get ready for the Australian Open. And we all know players now, they're getting ready for the Australian Open in November. They're going there 2 months in advance, getting used to the summer heat, the weather conditions, the elements. And I don't think that's possible at a master grass event. But in terms of Iga on grass, guys, look, we saw her have her best grass season last year, where she went 7-1. Now, she said in the past, and I think she's being a little bit too nonchalant, you know, a little bit too lenient. She's saying that, you know, she she's not a great grasp player. And I just think she's being too lenient. She needs to essentially understand that she's an amazing player, right? 7-1 on grass last year. She's 16-7 overall on grass. I think she's got what it takes to be a good grass player. She just has to believe and just play more grass events. I mean, last year on grass, we saw her pull out in what was probably going to be an easy grass championship. You know, she pulled out of the Bad Homburg, where Bronzetti would win over a walkover in the semifinal, and we all know Bronzetti would go on to play the final against Coco's doubles partner, one of the greatest doubles players of all time, Katerina Siniakova from the Czech Republic. That could have been Iga's first grass title, but again, you have to watch out with these tournaments because the schedule is so tough around grass season that a lot of players have those press obligations, especially when you're the number one player in the world. I think she had to get to Wimbledon. I don't think she could have afforded to play around in Germany for that much more time when she had so many things to prepare. You know, the charity tournaments, the press obligations, get settled into your hotel room, get all your camp situated, and get there and practice and get ready for the slam. So I think that's really why she had to withdraw from that tournament. I mean, the official statement was she wasn't feeling well or something like that, but I think she's okay. And listen, I think she has the potential to do well at Wimbledon, even though historically she hasn't done well at Wimbledon. I think she does. The stats here, by the numbers, if we take a look at how Iga did it, one ace in the match. Ouch. Jasmine also had one ace, but 69% of her first service points won. 62% overall. Jasmine did put up a fight later on in the match, you know, on that first serve, but 69% also on the second serve. 18 winners to 7, 18 winners to 13 in terms of unforced errors, 18 to 13. I think Iga, she played solid overall. And the thing about Iga, if you take a look at her numbers against the faster, stronger, tougher opponents, they're not like jaw dropping. You know, they're not dominant numbers. You know, it's normally in the 60 percentile range. You know, you take a look at the numbers last match against Coco, 64, 65% first, second serves, but she's winning, it appears to be in dominant fashion, you know, dishing out breadsticks here and there. Why is she doing that? Well, she's got the strength. She's put on a lot more strength in her forehand, 5 more miles per hour on the forehand year over year. That's insane. You just don't see players coming up with that strength just out of the blue. That's insane. Her footwork doesn't seem to be slowing down. A bit last year when she did bulk up a bit, I noticed her footwork got a little bit slower, but again, that was a transition from clay to hard, which hard is probably her least favorite surface. Well, I'd probably say grasses. She's made that clear. But hard is probably her second favorite surface. But the transition going from clay to grass back to clay this year, that's going to be interesting because you're going from a faster surface to a slower surface. But again, it's Iga's favorite surface. So the question is this: does Iga have the potential to win a Golden Slam? Now, we know in the past Golden Slam winners, there hasn't been many. On the female side of things, we all know Serena Williams is a Golden Slam winner. In case you're not familiar, and again, congratulations to Jasmine. She played an amazing tournament. But in terms of female Golden Slam winners, we all know Serena Williams is the GOAT, right? With all due respect to all other players that have come before her, I don't even want to say modern era. Serena Williams is the GOAT. Now, she's a Golden Slam winner. She did in 2012, you know, when she was doing the sea dance there in the UK. Unbelievable. Venus was cheering her on. And Steffi Graf did it in 88. I think that was the Seoul Games, if I'm not mistaken. And Coco's coach, right? You got to look at that connection. You know, he's a very good coach. Andre Agassi, he coached Andre Agassi. Andre Agassi is a winner of a Golden Slam. You know, a lot of people don't know that. Amazing. And Venus Williams also won it with Serena in doubles. So Serena's a double Golden Slam winner. Can Iga win the Golden Slam? That means she would have to win all 4 slams, and then we'll have to change the name from the Serena Slam to the Iga Slam. I don't know. And the reason I don't know is because the grass surface, it's you can see the speed in play makes her a bit uncomfortable. And she hasn't really done well in Australia. Of course, she won the U.S. Open, but I think the U.S. Open, it's a different type of tournament. I think the atmosphere is so electrifying, and I say it all the time. If you want to be a star in tennis, you have to win the U.S. Open. I personally think the U.S. Open, every player brings their best because it's the last slam of the year and it's the biggest, most exciting. Walking the grounds in New York, it's so electrifying. You see all, now we have Coco's outfit on display, her championship outfit. You got Iga's memorabilia there, Sloane, Osaka, Serena, Venus. You see Kerber, you see all these slam champions just flooded all over the grounds. You have Althea Gibson and the history that she, being the first African American to win a slam. It's just so historic in New York. And I think every player plays their best, right? And I just think that's why New York is so tough to win. And for Emma to do it out of nowhere, it's just insane. How do you come from qualifiers and win the U.S. Open? That's still, and she said it, no matter what the haters say, you can't take her slam away. This is why, in my book, she will always be that Cinderella, that magical person that when you see her, you're like, yeah, she's big time. She did it. She defied the odds. So, can Eagle ever win a Golden Slam? I think it's going to be tough because between Wimbledon and Australia, I think those are just two tournaments. Australia's the first slam of the season, and it's just so tough to win Australia. It's tough. Those elements are horrible. It's freaking, there's heat waves. They got to stop matches every year because it's so hot. It's very tough to get a rhythm there, and that's just being mentally relaxed. But nonetheless, Iga takes a selfie. Jasmine, congratulations. Did you see? Did Iga take a selfie? I think she took a selfie. Who's she sending that selfie to? Probably her family. Is her dad here? There it is. She takes a selfie. Congratulations, young lady. You're an amazing talent. And the sport, the goal here is to continue reporting on these amazing ladies and propelling the sport forward. And again, another amazing tournament in the books. Iga's champion again. Congratulations to all tennis fans. Support the channel, like the video, show some love, drop a heart for these amazing ladies. And we'll be back. Grass season is upon us. I'm excited.